Shalom, Shalom Yasharala. It's your brother Gadal, called Halayim La, Yahweh Bahashim Yahusha Bahashim Kakudash. Peace and blessings to the elect of Israel. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salaki for teaching me the 100% truth. And this quick lesson, we're going to get into basically how the Lord loves you. All right? If you're doing what you're supposed to do, you're serving them to the best of your ability, doing what pretty much doing what you're supposed to do, then the Lord loves you, and therefore he's going to take good care of you. All right? Because, I know these past couple of videos, I was talking about, how I was basically just saying, how if you don't get right and all that whatnot, then basically I was talking about consequences and stuff to call it I ain't Shalaki, I'm slip my mind. But either way, I was just talking about stuff about don't get closer to 2/3. Don't forget we're in the spiritual world. Stuff like this. This is a spiritual war, stuff like that. But now I'm finna, talk about that the Lord loves you. If you are serving him, then he loves you. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and get some scriptures backing that up. All right. Proverbs chapter 8 verse 17 says, "I love them that love me, and those that seek me early shall find me." All right. So, Lord said he loved those that love him. All right. So if you love him and you showing it, which is by keeping the commandments and feeding the sheep, guess what? The Lord loves you too. All right. He loves you too. I think I made a lesson on, that the Lord, he gives that same energy back. If you love him this much, then guess what? He gonna give that same energy back that he loves you that much. You know what I mean? If not more. All right. But yeah, man, the Lord, he cares about us. He cares about, his elect. Meaning, he cares about the whole nation Israel, but right now he cares about the elect of Israel, the 1/3, man. All right. He takes great care of them, man, and he does what he has to do to make sure that they are good. All right, and if that's not love, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what that is then, because that sounds like love to me. All right, I'm gonna get Wisdom of Solomon chapter 3 verse 9 says, "They that put their trust in him shall understand the truth, and such as be faithful in love shall abide with him. For grace and mercy is to his saints, and he hath care for his elect." All right, so Yahweh Shah, he cares about his elect. All right, and the way he cares about his elect is by chastising them, /correcting /discipline them. That's the way the Lord shows that he loves you. All right, sometimes you could actually get a sign, and the Lord actually just tells you straight up, that Lord tells you straight up, man, he loves you. All right, through someone else or something, but not the Lord himself, but through somebody else. All right, whether it's an angel or some random dude. Well, most likely it's gonna be through an angel, But it can be straight up like that too, because it happened to me before. All right, just been told straight up. You're like, oh yeah, the Lord loves you, man. Enough to bring a man to tears, but that's beside the point. Just know that Yahweh Shah, if you ever feel like that the Lord doesn't care about you, hey man, that's a demon. That's a demon. If you're serving him and you trying your best, and if that inward man is doing good, because the Lord don't look at the outward man, he looks at the inward man. What are you thinking behind all this? Because you can do good and be thinking terribly. You be like, man, you give brother $20 or something, but you in your mind you're like, man, I don't want to give him shit. That's what the Lord's looking at. And he like, oh, that's not no harm. He was dang, what's the word? Grudging. I think it's grudging. He was grudging about it. I ain't no harm. The Lord gonna look into your mind, but you might mess up, but in your mind you sitting there, you feel hella contrite, you feeling bad. You're like, damn, man, why I gotta sin against the Lord, man? I'm tired of sinning against the Lord. The Lord looking at stuff like that. He was like, oh, he actually don't like sinning. All right, right. But so it's hey, that's just how it is, man. So like I said, if you ever feel like you're not cared about, you're not loved, man, that's a demon, man. Rebuke it. Because if you're serving him and you keep the commandments to best of your ability, and if you are a prophet, if you're feeding the sheep, guess what? The Lord loves you because you're showing that you love him by doing these things. All right, that's how you show that you love him, by doing this. All right, let me go ahead and get this. This is Hebrews chapter 12, verse 6. It says, "For whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth, and scourgeth every son whom he receiveth." So if the Lord loves you, he's going to chasten you, aka discipline you. All right, and it does not feel good. It does not feel good. Think of it. Think of chastening as ass whooping. All right, the Lord's gonna whoop you, bro. All right, so it's not gonna feel good, but it's gonna help. Let me read on that. It says, "If ye endure chastening, the Most High deal with you as with sons. For what son is whom the Father chasten not?" So if you're enduring these chastisements, that's mean the Lord's dealing with you, man. You going through shit, caught a flat, man. That's some chastisement, man. All right. But if you endure it, guess what? The Lord is dealing with you. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and skip down to verse 10. It says, For they verily for a few days chasten us after their own pleasure, but he, which is Yahweh Shah, for our profits, that we might be partakers of his holiness. All right. So the Lord, he's not gonna chastise us for no reason. There's always a reason behind it. It's to make us better in something, whatever it may be. All right. Like I said, it doesn't feel good. Don't get me wrong. It does not feel good, but it always betters us, man. All right. Sometimes you get the understanding behind that chastisement. You're like, dang, I did this. That's why I got chastised. But now you're getting better. But also you getting chastised can make you realize, like, dang, I need to get better in this area. Stuff like that. That's all you have by Shah. Him letting you know because he loves you. That's why. All right, that's the way the Lord shows that he loves you, by chastening you. All right. Not just you don't show your love to the Lord by just saying I love you, then going to eat pork. That's not how that works. You show the Lord you love him by what you do. You keeping his commandments, serving his sheep, feeding his sheep. Right? That's how you show your love to Yahweh Shah. And if you're doing that, that's what he gonna reciprocate that same love back to you. All right, just keep that in mind, man. If you serving him, best to believe that he loves and care about you. Because if he didn't, then you probably kicked out the truth already. All right, or he wouldn't. You wouldn't be getting chastised. You wouldn't be suffering right now, going through hell. If you didn't love you, like these other 2/3, they living it up, but have no idea what's finna happen. Scripture says, woe unto them that laugh now, for they shall weep later. Right? These 2/3 are laughing now. Guess what? They're gonna weep later while we're weeping now. And we're gonna be the ones laughing later. Don't forget about that. Suffer now, and we're gonna laugh later. But Lord willing, y'all was edified. Call Allah Imla, Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shah Bahashim Rakakwadash. The abundance to the apostle nails a great millstone. Till next time I say, Shalom Yeshua.